Hello, so welcomes back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. And where we last left off, we travelled east from Fort Garnik in search of a Republic spy and informant who claimed to have knowledge about the Separatists and of course the missing orbital strike bomb. Unfortunately, Bellis had been killed, or at least we believe he was killed by the Separatists, before we reached him. He had kept a field box with his information, however, and while we were completing other objectives, the field box has been decoded, and it seems that the Separatists have control of a supply outpost to the east at a location known as Mannett Point. Havoc Squad's second in command, Rafe, is already on site, but she needs assistance to explore some of the more secure areas of the supply outpost. And that's where we come in. So, let us continue. Once again, thank you all. The comments are greatly appreciated. We're having a bit of a chat about the up-and-coming second combat style, which we'll likely choose at the end of Act 1. For those of you who are not aware, the base storyline is separated into 3 major story arcs before you then go into the expansions and such. So, before we look at our mission log here, and we are slowly working now on our conquest objectives as well, we did pick up a new codex entry. Oh yes, our first person of note, Commander Harron Tavis. Harron Tavis has served as a combat officer since before the sacking of Coruscant, where he played an active role in the guerrilla campaign against the Imperial invaders. Excellent instincts and a natural talent for leadership helped Tavis rise quickly through the ranks, but he has repeatedly refused any assignment that would take him away from combat. Instead, he earned a place in the Republic's famed Havoc Squad, serving as the team's commanding officer. Tavis is widely respected for his dedication to the soldiers under his command, so much so that he's rarely referred to by his official rank of captain. Instead, Tavis is called merely Commander, an old Republic Army tradition designating him as someone whose authority and skill supersedes any specific rank. Yes, highly respected, and of course, the commanding officer of Havoc Squad, I would imagine would be highly respected, since they've been in the field and active for so long, even during this uneasy truce. We also received a bit of mail from our activities in Talaran village, I believe. A message from a Harson Nild regarding a lost communications device. I understand you helped one of my operatives with a problem on Ord Mantell, an Imperial spy who was communicating with her superiors through a family heirloom. Ibenga says you performed with dutiful competence and professionalism. High praise from him. We're learning valuable information from the spy, though I'm afraid the details are classified. I think the Republic Strategic Information Service may find use for you again. And we were sent some credits as a thank you. Yes, the Republic Strategic Information Service, the SIS, is the Republic's equivalent of Imperial Intelligence. They have a lot of course, intelligence gathering information and tasks that aid the Republic military in performing their duties and of course not getting themselves caught in ambushes that would upset the truce. As we'll probably find out in the future of the series, the SIS also performs a lot of unofficial activities. Missions that, if things go wrong, there's a lot of ways that the Republic can disavow they had any involvement whatsoever. Nild, I believe, is the current head of the SIS as well. That name may come up again, but very far in the future. Either way, let's grab our assault cannon, and I believe, yeah, we are traveling to the east. Now, on the way, there are a couple of individuals who would like to have a word with us.
Damn Separatists. All they're doing is cutting themselves off. Cockeyed fools. All of them. Did you hear about the bridge to Mannett Point? Those foolish Separatists think that by blowing up the bridge to Mannett Point, they're striking a blow for the people. But all they've created is division. And division is death. Lots of good people got stuck in Mannett Point when the bridge went out. The Separatists are trying to divide us. Divide and conquer, right? There was a doctor there, Jay and Kett. Brilliant medical man and staunch Republic supporter. Essential to our effort. We need someone with the know-how to find him.
It's my duty to help the Republic win this war.
That's the spirit. Volunteering. I like it. Breeds unity. Like I said, last contact we had with the good doctor, he was on Mannett Point. Seeing as the bridge is out, you'll have to swim the channel. And you'll want to watch out for the Separatists on the shore. If you have any luck finding the doctor, try to get him back here. Think you can handle it?
I can handle myself.
Great. That's the spirit. You know, I think we've got a chance at winning this thing. Now hurry up to Mannett Point. We haven't a moment to lose.
Well, it just so happens we are traveling in that direction anyhow.
Republic soldiers are dying in the fields. We need that doctor.
Okay. So we're recruiting some of the local talent to aid our soldiers in the field.
Ellis, dear, stop overreacting. We don't know it was him, and I don't see the use of bothering a stranger about it.
Oh, Euro, there are plenty of people here who could help. Like this soldier. Here, you look like you could help us. We have the credits.
I live to serve.
Don't listen to her. We don't need your help. My wife's chasing phantoms, that's all. A friend of hers thought she saw our son on Mannett Point, but my wife knows quite well that our son is dead.
Our son was taken from us years ago when the Separatists raided our home. My callous husband would rather believe he's dead, but I can't bear the thought. Her friend says she saw him. Oh, I must know if it's true.
Where do I come in?
Jenna said she saw him at Mannett Point. Please, will you go look for him? I'd give anything to have him back safe.
I'll locate him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. His name's Paul, the spitting image of his father. You can't help but recognize him.
Well, it's your time, I suppose.
Very well. A missing child taken by the Separatists may have been found on Mannett Point.
Hurry up and find my son.
Very well. Now, on our way to Mannett Point, the development team have changed the location of one of the side/exploration missions. They moved where the starting quest-giving NPC is located. But either way, I'll point it out en route. We have Mannett Point in the distance there. It has its own landing bay or landing pad as well. And of course we have Separatists on this side of the water. While looking for the Doctor, we do have a bonus mission to deal with more of the Separatist forces. And where this giant rock used to be was actually another downed Republic walker, similar to the one back over there, and there was a quest-giving NPC. As I say, they did move him. Get ourselves over to the bridge. Okay, saved ourselves a couple of civilians. And another security chest. Don't mind if I do. Okay, there's the bonus mission complete. Or one of the bonus missions, at least. We follow this road down to the beach itself. There is actually a quick travel node and another method in which you can explore or travel worlds fairly quickly. We have the quick travel node here. In earlier patches, earlier iterations of the game, you would have to come to these quick travel nodes and unlock them before they became available. And of course you have the Republic Transport Service system.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
Similar to the quick travel nodes, it used to be that you'd have to interact with the various droids to unlock their available travel points.
Be safe out there.
Nowadays, the quick travel nodes become available once you unlock the region that they're in on the map. So once we get over to Oradam Village, the quick travel node will automatically become unlocked for the most part. As for the transport service droid and their taxi locations, I think they're all unlocked as standard now. And on some worlds, there may actually be two sets of kind of travel routes you can travel along.
Listen, if you're here to tell me to clear out, then I'll tell you the same thing I told that uptight commander. Not going to happen. Got it? I've got as much right as you do to be here. In fact, I've got more. I'm a model of free speech, a paragon for posterity. What are you? A local grunt, that's what. No good to anybody. So don't go telling me to clear out. I won't do it, and that's that.
That attitude's getting you nowhere fast.
That's not attitude. I'll show you attitude. You like that, don't you? Seeing spirited citizens stand up for themselves and... Oh, damn, you're not actually with the locals, are you? Sorry about that. My mouth always engages first. Brain's working now, though, and I got an idea. I need something done, and I don't have enough credits to bribe the whole corrupt Ord Mantell army. I've got enough to bribe a smaller army, though. You for hire?
I don't take bribes.
So don't call it a bribe. Call it a spurious outpouring of generosity for a job well done. My partner and I were in Mannett Point recording stories of the uprising when the Separatists attacked. Bombs everywhere, carnage like you wouldn't believe. Fabulous footage. My partner got lost, good kid, but not a lot upstairs, you know. He's still out on that island somewhere.
I take it the local troops weren't helpful.
Don't make me laugh. The only time anything gets done on Ord Mantell is when there's a hefty bribe involved. That's why we're playing private contractor. Look, if you can find my partner and bring him back, great. His name is Wax, and he's a self-important little holo recording specialist. If he's dead or whatever, I'll still pay you for the holodiscs if you can find them. Great footage on there, fantastic gory stuff.
Great.
I'll return when I know more.
Bring me those discs.
So, this journalist would like her holo recording specialist to return.
Wax has got to be over there across the bridge, or at least the footage has to be.
Well, yeah, she'd rather get the footage. That's more important to her. And as you noticed, we actually had a fellow player join us in the NPC dialogue. That normally shouldn't happen, and yet it does. It does on occasion, unfortunately, for better or for worse. One thing about this game, because it's an MMORG, I cannot... The hell are you doing? I cannot save this game. So, if things go poorly, if I lose internet connection, if I screw up, I can only do one take. I will try to minimize the issues. But yeah, unfortunately they may occur. And speaking of, speaking of issues, I suppose, like an awkward segue, we have the downed Republic transport. Hello, Commander.
I'm with Havoc Squad. What's the situation, Commander?
Blast it, Seps. Look at my AT. Their rocket launchers tore through the Durasteel hide like it was nothing. From the look of the vapor trails, I'm thinking Merson MX-2s. That's stolen Republic coordinates. They're using our own weapons against us.
That doesn't sound good.
The rockets were launched from the bridge. I need those rocket gunners taken out, and every cache of stolen weapons on Mannett Point destroyed. Are you game?
Dangerous missions are what I do best. I'm in.
You'll be rewarded for your efforts, I promise you. Good luck over there.
Very well, Commander. So we need to deal with 3 rocket gunners and 4 of the rocket weapon caches. And here is the beachhead entrance to Mannett Point. I think we have another bonus mission. Indeed. While looking for this holo recording specialist, we need to deal with 20 of the specialist forces. And while searching for Wraith, they want us to find deal with the Separatist battlers. They're some of the Separatists' strongest fighters, dangerously tweaked by stimulants. Very well. And we did, of course, pick up a codex entry on Mannett Point itself, which is worth a read. We talked about how the Separatists may have got their military-grade armaments. Mannett Point was originally founded by Ord Mantellian pirates as an underground vault for their ill-gotten gains. As their criminal haven became respectable, the pirates were eventually replaced by businessmen who converted the subterranean warehouses into a freight shipping center. Goods that landed at Fort Garnik were sorted in Mannett Point and then distributed across Ord Mantell. After the establishment of Fort Garnik, the Republic military continued using Mannett Point to store munitions and war material. This would prove to be a fatal mistake. Separatists staged a daring midnight raid that destroyed the bridge between Mannett Point and Fort Garnik, cutting off reinforcements. Separatist commandos swarmed Mannett Point under the cover of darkness, using the chaos from the bridge's destruction to infiltrate the warehouses. The Separatists quickly slaughtered the Republic defenders to a man. By dawn, Mannett Point was a Separatist stronghold, giving the Republic's enemy a major storehouse of weapons and supplies to continue besieging Fort Garnik. Indeed, we had Lieutenant Jorgen mention that the stronghold looked more imperial, perhaps, than something that the Separatists themselves could develop and hold. But it is actually developed by criminal businessmen, and then probably fortified by Republic Or by the Republic, I should say. Now normally there's plenty of rocket gunners to deal with around here. Seems like we have plenty of fellow players clearing the region. So we'll head into Mannett Point itself. Now we can rendezvous with Rafe. He is in that building right there. We have more of these Separatist freedom droids. Normally, Ord Mantell is a world that you would not visit again, apart from briefly for a couple of story elements, I believe, as a Jedi Knight. But in one of the later expansions, 7.3 or 7.4, there is a reason to return. And there will be a couple of familiar faces, and the reason I mention it is the freedom droids here. On various worlds, there may be something known as a world boss, a singular target that requires multiple people to party together to deal with it, and I believe on Ord Mantell, in the when you have to come here later, the world boss of Ord Mantell is one of these freedom droids. Now, I am looking for more of these rocket gunners. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that they're only guarding the bridge. Well, before we go anywhere else... Oh, shit! I actually thought I was going to take more damage than that, and that I might have actually got myself killed. We might as well come back and see Commander Bragan.
Put on quite the light show out there. I'm impressed. I'd say you've earned your pay today.
Thank you very much, Commander. And level 14. So let's go rendezvous with Rafe. See what she's learned about the Separatists here, and where the ZR-57 might be held.
Sergeant, no time to waste. The bomb is behind a force field. We're breaching it.
Just tell me what to do.
I will disable the shield from here. You pass through and destroy its generator. When the generator's down, I will rejoin you.
Understood, sir.
Then go.
Okay, seems fairly straightforward.
I'll bypass the force field from here. You pass through and destroy the field generator.
Okay, and then she'll rendezvous with us, and we'll continue our search for the orbital strike bomb. Just clearing out more of these Separatist forces. There we are, another bonus mission complete. And before we head into, what do they want to call it? The Separatist base. Let us go find this doctor that the Republic would like to recruit into aiding soldiers.
Please, Dr. Jan. Please.
Just a minute, Dake. You're not with the Separatists, judging from the bloodbath. What are you doing here? What do you want? If you mean to harm these children, I won't let it happen. You're Dr. J and Ket, I take it. Yes. The Republic sent you to get me out of here, didn't they? There are people on this island who need saving more than I do. The Republic shouldn't waste its time on one man. And besides, I can't leave the island. It's the children. They need me. They're orphans, most of them. Their parents were killed during the fighting over Mannett Point. A few of them have family on the other side, but they're too young to swim that far. They all need food and medicine. I won't leave them here. Republic troops are dying without your aid. These children will die without my aid. I am a doctor. If I don't help the innocent, who will? The Separatists focus blindly on their cause, while food and supplies dwindle daily. The Republic won't help either. I've seen the corruption in their ranks. They don't care about the people of Mannett Point. I caution you not to speak poorly of the Republic during a war, Doctor. Last I heard, the Republic wasn't in the business of convicting people of treason for simply speaking their minds. I'm no Separatist, but I won't let these children suffer. Plead your case before the commanders. Nice try, but I'm not going back until I know for sure these kids will be safe. Here, I wouldn't want to send you back empty-handed. I'll write down everything these kids will need and sign it. At least they won't laugh at you then. And if you can get them to come and save these children, then I'll come back too. The Republic won't let you down. I'll believe it when I see it.
So yeah, the Doctor unfortunately will not join us because of the orphans who are stuck here remaining on Mannett Point. Never mind that the Separatists killed all of the Republic soldiers during their capture of this supply outpost. But we do have another codex entry here. The civil war raging across Ord Mantell affects everyone. The planet's unstable political situation is a bitterly divisive subject, with Separatist sympathizers and government loyalists increasingly polarized about how to end the conflict. Some families have been irreparably torn apart when one child joined the Separatist movement and another enlisted in the government-backed military. The Separatists remain fanatically committed to their cause, demonstrating no willingness to negotiate or to settle matters peacefully. The Ord Mantellian government has summoned the Republic military to bolster the planet's defenses and put down the rebellion quickly for the good of all. Leaders are pessimistic that the Separatists will ever surrender.
Go on and talk to the Republic. See if they'll actually do anything for these children.
So the good Doctor here accusing the Republic of even being corrupt, not just the Mantellian-backed forces. But onwards to the Separatist base. And we're heading down to the sub-level here. We're looking for the missing child of the couple at the refugee camp. Of course, we need to bypass the force field generator, but we're also looking for that holo recording specialist as well. Now we do have our own phase gate just to the right there. We'll be going there for the main quest before long. The Separatist propaganda officer. What I will say is sometimes, because I've played this game so often, it's quite easy to kind of end up going on autopilot and just kind of following the path I'm used to following to complete our goals. But there will be times, or there should be times, when I actually just slow down a little and actually take time to explore more of the rooms that you normally shouldn't visit for any reason. Like we had this Separatist marksman here, practicing their accuracy against this target dummy. And we actually found a security chest for our troubles. A lot of the assets you'll see them frequently reused. Kind of like, these two screens are, I think, upside down. They've actually been rotated. And you would normally see these at likes of spaceports. We have, let's see now, this is a Jedi personal ship. We have a Sith personal ship. We have the Imperial agent. I think this might be a smuggler's ship as well. But yeah, sometimes it's worth just slowing down and taking in the sights. I mean, sometimes you kind of just see the same cave over and over with like different colorations. Sometimes the cave might be collapsing on you. From what I understand, especially I think with 7.6, the current development team, which isn't BioWare, have updated some of the textures on the world of Korriban. Over the lifespan of this game, the development team have been going back and kind of renovating some of the graphics of the game, which I actually appreciate. Oh, we have the base commander here. He activated a shield to mitigate some of the incoming damage his way. Not that it helped him at all. Yeah, if we go down this way a little bit further. You know what, I've actually not been down this way. It looks like, yeah, a load of weapons, supplies. Normally you find places like this for, like, information servers. Oh, we have actually the base captain here. Is this our first elite enemy? Potentially. Oh, we actually... I thought he poisoned us there, but he hit us with something that actually slows us down. Oh. And we earned an achievement. Oh. So there are 4 unique opponents on Ord Mantell, 3 of which I had discovered and dealt with in the past. The base captain I had never located before. Ah. Oh well. Good for us, I suppose. Even after all these years. I don't think when the game released there were achievements. They were added. Now I'm thinking, were achievements available? I don't think they were. What do we have this young man here?
Stay back, Republic scum! Stay back or I'll shoot!
I don't want to fight. I was hired by a couple to find their son, Paul. Do you know him?
No one here by that name. No one here with parents. The Separatists are our family, and war is our mother. I am Bone Crusher, and my men are loyal to the death. We eat Republic lackeys like you for dinner, so stay back unless you want to become our next meal.
Are you sure you don't know Paul?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll rip you to... No! No! No more. No more killing. No more blood. Please. I'm sorry. I'm Paul. I'm the one you're looking for. Please don't kill me.
What happened to you?
I'm sorry. They want us to forget who we are. Where we came from. Please, it's the stims. The Separatists pump us full of this stuff, and we stop thinking. We just want to kill everything. We were taken years ago. 15 of us. I was 13. The others were younger. The Separatists gave us stims and blasters and told us to kill. We couldn't resist. They would have killed us. So we took the stims and we didn't have to think. We could just shoot and...
You don't have to say anymore.
Thank you. I thought about running but didn't have anywhere to go. It costs a lot of money to get off planet, and the Separatists don't pay us. I can't go back to my family. How could I face them after all I've done? If I just had a few credits, I could leave this damn planet. I could start over. Please, can you help me?
You need to go back to your family.
I can't do that. I'm sorry. But can I ask one favor? Could you please tell my parents that I'm dead? I think it's better that way.
Are you sure you won't go back to them?
Yes, I'm sure.
God damn you, Paul.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't face them, not after what I've done.
So yeah, Paul cannot face his parents after what he's been forced to do by the Separatists, and therefore leaves it to us to confront his parents and tell them a comforting lie, or tell them the truth about what's occurred to their son. In the back room here, we find another individual playing with some holo recordings. Oh. The, display screen here, the right side up for once.
Hey, watch out! You're getting in my light. The lighting is essential to selling the message of urgency, you know?
Lamala sent me for the holodiscs.
The holodiscs? No! You're from the Republic, aren't you? Come to kill me for my noble work. Well, you're not going to succeed. There's no way I'm giving up my footage of the glorious uprising. Lamala may be willing to hide the Republic's warmongering, but I'm not. I'm with the Separatists now.
Why join the Separatists?
The Separatists are patriots, struggling against incredible hardship. I've re-edited those holos to show the plight of the Separatists and their families. So you go back to Lamala and tell her she can find another patsy to do her work. I've seen the light.
I'll tell her you've changed sides.
Good. Pass the message along, Republic lapdog. Glory to the Revolution!
You know, when the Republic comes back to take over this base, you're probably gonna get killed.
Run home to the Republic, why don't you?
But we'll let your journalist friend know what you decided. See what's along this way. If you refuse and demand he hand over the holodiscs, I believe... Hello. The Separatists here in the training rooms have the training discs on their person, and therefore you need to clear them out. Wow. Future stormtroopers in the making. So, the last thing we need to do, I believe, before we turn in some quests, is actually continue our search for the ZR-57, which means getting into the supply rooms past the force field. So Rafe is keeping the shield down. We need to find its generator so that she can rejoin us.
Hold your fire. We surrender. We surrender.
Please, we're all hurt. Bad. We can barely walk.
We won't interfere or try to stop you. I swear it. We'll walk out the door and never come back. Just please let us live.
Death to all traitors.
No, please, no!
Had a little conflicted pause there. I was like, you're still armed, and unfortunately you could warn your comrades that were here behind enemy lines. Sorry, that's too much of a risk to take. Another ray shield preventing us from entering a storeroom at the back there. Okay, let's disable the force field generator. Now Rafe can join us. It also allows us to proceed deeper into the Separatist base.
What the? A Republic soldier? How did you get in here?
In the name of the Galactic Republic, I order you to surrender.
Go ahead. Take me in. Torture me. I'll reveal nothing. The glorious Separatist movement will never submit to your decadent so-called Republic.
No bomb.
That's right. We're 3 steps ahead of you. 300 steps ahead. The Separatist movement is an unstoppable force, driven by the will of the people.
Enough. Kill him?
Let's work this guy over a bit. Make sure he doesn't know anything.
The glorious... You don't scare me. Wait! The bomb! They moved it! They moved it! My commander, Keen, we took the bomb down to the coast and loaded it onto a sea speeder. I don't know where it was taken after that.
Extensive security. Why?
It's because, well, Safro, Viru, and Bol are here. 3 of our greatest heroes who led us in our glorious... They're officers, cell commanders. They run operations in different parts of Avilaten. They're having a conference, relocating men to different cells. They're
dead. Sergeant?
I'll take care of them, sir.
Safro, Viru, and Bol are Priority 1 targets, Sergeant. And recovering their data on Separatist cell locations and manpower is too good an opportunity to pass up. That data will be critical to learning the bomb's movements before it's too late.
You have your orders. Get the data. Kill the officers. Go.
Very well. Also, the soldiers back in the medical room. Did they surrender? They said they would run. I can't remember if they said I surrender. Have we performed war crimes already? I'm gonna have to watch that footage back. Oh dear. I may have already performed a war crime.
I'm telling you, I heard blaster fire. I think we've been compromised.
There, intruder! Ball, call for backup, now!
Nobody can save you now, Separatist scum.
Sappho, wipe the data. We can't let it fall into enemy hands.
He's just one man. Kill him!
Okay. So 3 of these Separatist commanders have been dealt with. Unfortunately, the Separatists have moved the orbital strike bomb. It was indeed here. Where it's gone now, hopefully, this base computer will provide us the answer. Crafting materials, companion gift. Now, we need to head back to Fort Garnik and that journalist at the beach. Oh, okay. In some of the underground bases, you will find these exit items now. Some of which, I mean, they only were added in some of the later expansions, so I don't know where they where we end up. Let's quick travel back to Falk's Reach. Go see Lamala first. Give her the news that her holo recording specialist has defected to the Separatists.
Look, I see your face and I know what you're gonna say, so don't even bother. Wax is with the Separatists, right? Or he was adopted by a Separatist family, or he's training in firearms, or some other blasted stupid thing, am I right?
How did you know?
He's just that type of kid, isn't he? On Tatooine, he went to live with the Jawas for 3 months, thought they were his spiritual kin. One day he'll realize that the Separatists are just as immoral as everyone else, and hopefully by then he'll have some fantastic footage. In the meantime, I'll get a new holo recorder sent out here and gather what I can. Here's a little something for your time and effort.
Thank you very much.
If you get yourself shot, I'll do a story on you.
Lovely. Ooh, level? Oh yes, level 15. Which means we have just started on our way up the discipline tree. One of our skills has been updated. First things first, what the hell was I gonna do? Level 15. Oh yeah, we got some new boots. So, we picked up a new ability known as Reactive Shield. Has a 2-minute cooldown, but for 12 seconds, it reduces any incoming damage by 25%, which is actually really good. We have an ability known as Heroic Moment. This can only be used when you have an active companion. Has a 5-minute cooldown as well. But for 2 minutes, you and your companion, I believe, or maybe just you, restore 2% of your maximum health every 3 seconds. Now, let's have a look at our discipline tree here. Yeah, we have swapped out the plasma cells for this armor-piercing cell. While active, armor penetration is increased by 35%, and your alacrity is increased by 3% as well. Our charged bolts has changed to the grav round. Fires a round that creates a gravity vortex on a target, crushing the target's armor and reducing their armor rating by 20% for 45 seconds. It leaves them vulnerable to a high impact bolt. It also increases the damage they take from what is known as a demolition round. High impact bolt is used for, I believe, all of the disciplines. Depending on the effects you apply on the enemy is when it can be activated. The high impact bolt fires a very powerful round at a target, dealing a fair bit of weapon damage. Yeah, it can only be used against incapacitated targets or targets that are suffering from periodic damage, such as being on fire. The difference between the gunnery and assault specialist, we've already talked about how gunnery is more burst, more direct damage, and then assault specialist is more about stacking damage over time skills. What I will also mention is gunnery is a little bit more static. You need to be standing still for some of your abilities to be casted, to be activated. Whereas I believe in the assault specialist discipline, a lot of your abilities activate instantly. We might actually use assault specialist as our primary discipline, but we might try both of them out during the series. Once we get ourselves back over to Fort Garnik, however, we might switch over to Assault Specialist. That's what I'm thinking. We've also unlocked the High Velocity Supercharged Cell, and there is an equivalent of this in Assault Specialist. We will gain stacks of what is known as Supercharge, and then we can activate this ability for various effects. Either way, let's get ourselves over to Fort Garnik.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
I could unlock a perk, allowing us to switch our disciplines on the fly.
What is this, a staring contest? Why don't they just send us in?
We go when we go. Quit complaining.
Sometimes as we're moving around the worlds, some of the NPCs will have conversations with one another. I believe those soldiers were talking about why they're standing outside of Talaran village. We have another battle generator. It is better, but we're probably going to get a better one anyway from our story quests in the near future. Unfortunately, let's deliver some bad news, shall we?
You're back! Please tell me you found him. Tell me you found our son.
Calm down, Ellis. Let the stranger breathe. Will you please tell my wife that our son is dead and have done with it?
He's alive. He's been forced to fight for the Separatists.
What? Don't spread lies like that. My son would never do such a thing. But if it's true, then my son is dead to me. Dead!
Oh, Ellis, please don't cry. For the last 5 years, we believed him dead. We should be used to it by now. Don't you worry about her. She needs time. Here are the credits my wife promised in her frenzy. Thank you for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't bring your son back.
Don't worry about it. We've already had 5 years of believing the worst. Thank you for your help. My wife will recover. I think.
Thank you for your help.
That's not the news they wanted to hear. But there is a chance that he will someday return as long as he doesn't get himself killed in combat against Republic forces.
Take a look at the stock. What can I get you? Appreciate your business.
What's this? Where's the doctor?
Yeah, about that.
Jan-Ket refused to leave.
What is this? The doctor needs... Has he gone insane? This is an awfully tall order. Judging by what he's written here, soft-hearted Jayan has found every single orphan on that island to take care of. Figures. You saw the situation. What do you think? Can we really get the doctor and the kids out of there, or should we just focus on the doctor himself?
Those children need help. Rescue them and the doctor.
You're right. Division is death. We'll get those kids. You better believe we'll get those kids. Good work finding the doctor. You can take your pay and go now. We'll handle it from here. Again, good work.
I'll do my best to serve.
Of course, don't we all? Yes, sir, duty is most important. Well, I have work to do. Children to save. Keep fighting the good fight.
And you as well. And we picked up a higher item rating equivalent of the same belt we're already wearing. And we are now level 16. And we also picked up, or were given, a credit box. We will find or be able to loot credit boxes as we explore Star Wars: The Old Republic. Depending on their item level, they will give you a random amount of credits. The higher the item level, in theory, the higher amount of credit. Okay. We have achieved everything we were set out to do over at Mannett Point. Let's go hand over the data here at Republic Command. See where this orbital strike bomb was moved to.
Sergeant, you've returned. Oh, masterful work eliminating the Separatist officers. The beast has been beheaded.
I'll get the officer's data out to the rest of Havoc right away. As for you, Lieutenant Doran here has a special op already planned out.
Earlier today, a man named Zach came to the fort from Oridam village seeking medical attention. Zach was suffering from acute radiation poisoning, causing catastrophic organ failures. His body was practically tearing itself apart from within. Quite magnificent to observe.
Is it normal for villagers to get radiation poisoning, sir?
Not at all. As a day laborer, Zach performs pointless menial tasks that would never involve any kind of radiation exposure.
On the other hand, Fuse told us that the ZR-57 can leak significant amounts of radiation if handled improperly.
Zach must have been near the ZR-57, knowingly or otherwise. I want the details, even if you must pry them from his dying husk of a mind.
Understood, sir.
The medics who treated Zach weren't equipped to cure his condition. Most of their supplies have been stolen by scavengers. However, if you were to retrieve the necessary ingredients to treat Zach's affliction, I think you would find the offer of a cure very useful in gaining his cooperation. Given that Zach's current medications can promise only a lifetime of excruciating pain, the potential for a full recovery should be an excellent motivator.
Command knows exactly where the scavengers are. We just haven't had the resources to deal with them. Here are the coordinates and a list of ingredients to retrieve. Any questions?
Once I have the ingredients, where do I take them? What's Zach's location?
Once you've got the cure collected, you'll confront Zach at his home in Oridam village and question him about the ZR-57. Nothing fancy on this, Sergeant. Just get the ingredients, get the intel from Zach, and then get back. Dismissed.
Okay, another potential lead. This one about the orbital strike bomb. potentially this laborer has been in contact with it. Okay, similar to the belt we just received, we have the same looking jacket that we're currently wearing, but a higher item rating version of it, providing us better attribute bonuses. Oh! Our alignment switched back to neutral, thanks to... Oh, yeah. We shot people who were wounded. Gonna have to watch that footage back.
Proceed to Zach's home and find out what he knows immediately, Sergeant.
So, Needles has a rather pragmatic view. Is that the right word? He wants us to deal with some scavengers who have stolen medical supplies, allowing us to then create a cure for the radiation poisoning that this laborer is suffering from. Take it to Ord Village and offer the cure in, I suppose, if he'll offer us information on what he was handling and where it might have went.
Zach's house is in Ord Village. Get a move on, Sergeant.
Struggling to find the words there for a moment. Yeah, so we need to find 3 items to make up the cure for the radiation poisoning. Now, did I pick up any other codex entries? We did pick up a codex entry on energy cells, which is, yeah, in the game rules here. We've already talked about energy cells and how they are our unique resource. Oh! We do have an entry on Republic Special Forces. Of course, we know a bit about this already, but it gives us a little bit more background knowledge. A unique and operational group within the Republic Army, the Special Forces Division was devised by General Garza and officially founded in the aftermath of the sacking of Coruscant. Unlike most army divisions, Special Forces is composed almost entirely by small squads of elite highly trained soldiers specializing in irregular warfare. Relying on high mobility, extensive training, and the latest military technologies, Spec Force squads exploit weaknesses that larger forces cannot, giving the Republic military greater flexibility in addressing enemy threats. Standard assignments include reconnaissance, sabotage, asset recovery, enemy or friendly, personnel or materiel, search and destroy operations, and training and support for allied personnel. Very well. Now, one last thing before we take a break once again. We are going to switch over our discipline. Can I do this? You must be in a sanctuary or in a cantina. Oh. Okay. I thought Fort Garnik might have been a sanctuary. No matter. There's a cantina right here. Cantinas and sanctuaries are considered rest zones where we can earn basically a double experience or rested experience. Right, let's do this again. So we're switching over. We'll have a quick look at Combat Medic. So obviously we lost our grav rounds and went back to charge the bolt. Well, we have more damage reduction, and our critical chance with our tech weapons, which is most of our weapons, if not all of them, have increased by 3%. We have also learned an advanced medical probe, which heals a reasonable amount of health. And, of course, this is a way of playing... this is the equivalent of the stacks of supercharge and then activating this ability. How do we earn stacks of supercharge? Okay. Activating various abilities will generate a stack of supercharge. Each stack increases all damage and healing done by 0.1% and can stack up to 10 times. So when we have 10 stacks, we'll have 1% bonus damage and healing, but then we can convert all 10 stacks into a unique skill depending on our discipline. Okay, and then we'll switch over to the assault specialist. So we went back to our plasma energy cell. Somewhere. Yeah, that's it there. But we now have hyper assault rounds. Oh. Am I wrong? No? Dealing damage over time to a target with less than 30% maximum health grants you hyper assault rounds, which reduces the energy cells depleted by your next explosive round by 10, and increases the damage it deals by 75%, and gives you 2 stacks of supercharge. Oh. So we can use our explosive round when an enemy is near death. It'll almost deal double damage, and it is cheaper to activate. We have also picked up the incendiary round. Launches an incendiary projectile, setting a single target ablaze for a small amount of initial damage, but then even more damage over a period of time. And then we have the assault specialist's equivalent of the supercharge activator. When you convert all 10 stacks of supercharge, all of our damage over time is increased by... all the damage is increased by 10% for 8 seconds. And will cause the next successful ranged attack to apply the incendiary round to the target. Oh, so when we hit them with incendiary round, we will also apply the supercharged burn to that target. Interesting. Okay. We'll learn how this all goes, but we are going to be a lot more mobile. But we are going to be setting people on fire, probably with incendiary rounds so that we can activate our high impact bolt. There is a chance that our explosive round or our hammer shot will set people on fire due to the plasma cell, but the incendiary round for the cost of 15 energy cells will guarantee that high impact bolt can be activated. At level 23 we will unlock the next tier of abilities as part of the assault specialist discipline, but of course we'll probably be learning other skills as just part of being a commando as we level up naturally. What we'll do though is take a break. This is a good place to do so. When we come back, we'll go locate those scavengers, assemble the cure for the radiation poisoning, and then go negotiate with this laborer known as Zach about what he may have been handling recently that may resemble the orbital strike bomb that the Separatists have a hold of. Thank you all for joining me once again with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. Feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, no, take care. Bye bye now.